It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we are back with another patron request movie. We have a request from Wustelbear82, who is having us watch Gosford Park from
Gosford Park.
2001. What do you know about this movie, Nate?
Nothing. This
Nothing?
is another one I've just never even heard of before.
I've definitely heard the name. I remember seeing TV ads for it when I was a kid in 2001, and it was a new release. I think it's like a period piece mystery kind of thing. Like
Okay.
fancy hoity-toity types, and like maybe a murder mystery or something. I don't know
Okay.
exactly what, but it's a mystery movie.
Like Clue, but not funny?
Yeah, I guess maybe.
right.
I don't know. There are probably elements similar to Clue. I do know that this movie has the recently deceased Maggie Smith in it. She is a great that we all know and love from many different things over the years.
Very sad.
Yes, but she seems like she lived a good life and got to the end, so
The legend lives on.
that's right. And I believe this was requested for us before she actually passed away, so it's just happenstance that we are now doing this to, it'll be in honor of Maggie Smith as well as just a patron request movie. I don't know really what else to say. It says directed by Robert Altman right there. I feel like I've heard that director name before, but I couldn't tell you what else he made.
I'm excited for a mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like mystery movies.
We've done mysteries a couple times on this channel. It's fun to try to get on top of it before the movie tells you the ending, but
Yeah.
then it can be, you don't want to spoil it for yourself by guessing it too early, but a
Right.
well-crafted mystery.
You should be able to piece it together before it's given to you. At the
Exactly.
end.
Like a scene or two before the reveal, you should be
Yeah.
able to figure it out if you're paying close attention. We like to pay close attention, but we also talk over dialogue sometimes.
movie.
So-
what we're doing here.
Yes,
But,
so we're just gonna dive in and figure out what we're watching here. So thanks for being with us to watch Gosford Park. Click on our Patreon link and look at all that cool stuff. And Ketchup Packets. I don't know how to talk.
you can't all be gems, man.
No.
Should have maybe put that up earlier.
Is that Kelly MacDonald? I never seen her in anything this old. Michael Gambon, Stephen Fry.
I like Stephen Fry.
Michael Gambon is Dumbledore. The second one. Yeah, Kelly MacDonald. Helen Mirren. All right.
Yeah, good cast so far.
Clive Owen. Ryan Felipe. Maggie Smith. Okay. Stacked.
What do they call it? An ensemble cast?
Yeah. Ryan Felipe stands out in that list. He's American.
Yeah, interesting.
Hello? Is everything all right? Are you okay?
Bob Balaban. Charles Dance. Mr. Tywin Lannister. This is a very packed
Yeah.
cast.
Take that rain off my face.
So what's the occasion here?
I don't know, big gathering.
Elsie, this is Miss Trentham.
Mrs. Wilson?
Take care of her, will you?
Excuse me, my
Is that Emily Mortimer? Oh my god, wow, I recognize everybody.
Yeah.
No, here it's not. It's Trentham.
Lord Stallbridge.
No, that wasn't Emily Mortimer, that was... No, that was,
Yeah,
it was somebody else.
Yeah, I recognize that
some no.
Poison.
Well, I guess that's a good label to have
Yeah,
on something that's
right.
poison.
Yep.
Sorry.
In my head, I was like, why would you even sell that? But now I'm realizing.
They need it
Lots of
for other
things are
reasons.
poison, yeah.
Emily Watson, that's her name. From Punch Drunk Love and Schenectady, New York.
Isabel?
I still feel like I just have no idea what's going on in this movie.
Bunch of rich people showed up at a place. That's all we
Yep.
need to know so far.
But they're interacting. And I still don't really
Spoken to your father?
understand the context of any of the interactions.
Well, you bloody well better.
You shouldn't sneak up on people like that.
You don't worry, it's nobody.
Sorry, Miss Isabel.
It's nobody.
The servants don't
Yep.
count as people.
Yep.
I have to make a telephone call to California in a couple of hours, and I can't.
Well, there's a telephone just here on the left.
Wonderful, thank you. Well, of course, I'll reverse the charges.
Yes.
Yes. What is happening?
They're all getting settled. I don't think
guess,
you have
yeah.
to follow it yet.
Oh, no, not for me. You know that I hate drinking whiskey.
Go on, drink it. Do you good. Go on.
See, the beginning like this is meant to be hard to track all the people and everything they're
Yeah,
saying,
okay.
but it's also a mystery, so they are giving us things that will turn out to be crucial later on, and we just can't track any of it
Right,
yet, so
yeah,
we
okay.
won't follow it.
Lady Sylvia must be thrilled.
Oh, I don't think.
Why wouldn't she be?
Because she's a snobbish cow. Because she looks down on anyone who got to the top with brains and
Jeez.
hard work.
What's she like to work for?
She's horrible. But he's okay. Come on, Beckett, cracking.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Hello, I'm Ive.
I know who you are. Mabel Nesbit.
Hello, Mabel.
So he's famous.
How are you?
How much longer are you going to go on making films?
Well, I suppose that rather depends on how much longer the public want to see me in them.
It's a good answer.
Hard to know when it's time to throw in the towel.
Oh God, it's
What a pity.
bitter.
And it must be so disappointing when something just flops like that.
God,
Okay.
it's not very nice.
Hark at her.
Oh,
I don't understand people who go around life like that.
Good.
It's miserable.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I think he'd him called Trentham.
No, I meant your real name.
Oh my god, Clive Owen's so young!
Mary McKeithton. Her ladyship can't pronounce it, so she calls me Mary.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, everyone's flirting super hard too.
Yeah. Lots of tension.
Yeah.
What is it, Mr. Wiseman?
Well, to start with, my name is Denton. Henry Denton.
Oh, Ryan Felipe plays an Irishman, okay.
It's about Mr. Weissman's diet.
Yes.
He's a vegetarian.
Oh, what?
A vegetarian.
A what?
Doesn't eat meat. He eats fish, but not meat.
So he's a pescatarian.
Yep.
He's come here for a shooting party and he doesn't eat meat.
Oh, a shooting party.
I see.
Mr. Weissman is in the green bedroom and you'll be sharing with Lord Stockbridge's valet, Robert Parks.
Ha! Nice going, dumbass.
What is his station here? What? Why is he? He doesn't seem like
Full of
a.
himself.
He was in the
I
back of the
must say.
car with the movie star.
Yeah,
Now, Mrs. Croft, we don't want to be thought unsophisticated, do we?
his personal
Weissman's an
servant.
American.
Don't believe I ever met William's mother. Did she do something rather original?
Well, she was a teacher. So was mine.
Why does everyone seem like they kind of hate each other?
Because it's high status.
Yeah, I
Everyone is
guess.
concerned with being higher status than the person they're talking to.
Lady Sylvia's lovely.
You think so?
She might have done a bit better for herself,
I
really.
beg your pardon, Lord Carlton.
Just endless gossip,
Yeah.
endless snootiness.
Everyone's just putting everyone else down behind their back.
What's Lord Stockbridge like?
He thinks he's God Almighty. They all do.
Okay. Yeah.
Their interactions are the first, like, truly friendly interactions I've seen so far.
Seems like it, yeah.
They got something to measure the distance of the silverware from each other.
I go and finish him off now, sir.
And Mr. Novello?
Mr. Westman's man will attend to him. Right. After you're finished,
It reminds me of,
join me in the drawing room, Mr.
is it Mr. Clocksworth from Beauty and the Beast?
Alright, Cogsworth?
With Cogsworth? Yeah. Clocksworth would be a little on the nose, wouldn't it?
I'd be doing Mr. Novello, that's all.
The two of them are Cogsworth and Lumiere.
Yeah.
Why has Freddie Nesbit brought that awful common little wife of his? I mean, Isabel only asked him because the gun dropped out. There's no excuse to inflict her on us all. Mary! So what's the gossip in the servants' hall?
I wanted to be able to like Maggie Smith in this movie.
Yeah, no, she's very unlikable.
Is it true that Sir William could have married Lady Stockbridge if he'd wanted to?
What would you say if I told you they cut cards for him?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Why do I have to have that bloody old trout all the time? I want Louisa.
Do I have to explain the table of precedence again, or can
I don't give a shit about precedence.
Well, you always complain that people look down on you, and then you behave like a peasant. Now, tomorrow morning, I'll...
Yeah, this is hard
I hate these
to...
people so much.
Yeah.
And then get straight up into the Twiggies.
I'm gonna hang on to Kelly MacDonald and Clive Owen. Everyone else
Yes.
sucks.
I do wish that Anthony wasn't here. Make sure I'm not left alone with him, will you?
Why?
I'm pulling out of his scheme. Louisa said I should leave it till next week.
Quiet quitting.
Far be it from me to contradict Louisa.
Oh! Don't kick the dog.
I didn't hate that lady until right now.
They're giving us a reason to truly. That's like all great mysteries. Like who shot Mr. Burns? Everyone has a reason to kill everyone else.
Yeah.
I guess in that case, it was everyone had a reason to kill him. But you know, all these people are awful.
Like that's your reference for a great mystery.
I think it was.
Thank you. Oh, you've got some hair on your dress. Thank you, sir.
Nice excuse to touch her.
Yep.
I can't imagine how one ever goes about inventing a tune.
I need something to happen.
Yep. It's gonna happen when we least expect it.
Evening. Lovely trip.
This is a lot of lead up, though.
Yeah.
How do you manage to put up with these people?
That's a great question.
You forget I earn my living by impersonating them.
Oh, so this is sort of research for the actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this?
I believe this is my place, Mr. Jennings.
Oh. And since when did a baroness out rank a countess? Miss Trentham, would you take the place of honour, please?
Oh!
I'm all right here, Mr. Jennings. Thank you.
Go on, don't keep him waiting.
Just do it. Yeah, how awkward to be put in that position.
Miss
Like,
Meredith.
So they eat down here? This is where the servants eat, or what?
When there are visitors in the house.
I think, yeah, and I think
Good evening, Mr.
their
Wolf.
Good evening.
the rank of their who they serve is how they.
For what
They're
we
set
are...
Is it
table.
like set up to match the table upstairs so they know where everyone's seated?
I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
How many people here had parents at service? And was that why they chose to go into it?
What an interesting question, and one to which I'm afraid I cannot provide the answer.
What about you, Mr. Stockbridge? What's the matter? Don't you know?
Yeah, I know what they did. But it didn't have any effect on me on my choice of work,
Ooh, mysterious.
because I grew up in an orphanage.
Oh, all right. Just not going to
Oh,
respond.
silence at the table.
Thank you, Mr. Weissman.
It's so difficult for somebody to just be like, oh, well, you know, good for you for making it.
It seems that makes sense as to why Clive Owen is one of the more normal ones, though, because he doesn't take all this for granted. You know?
Right, yeah.
Look, her ladyship.
It seemed like there's a lot of stigma around that, but like how
So
many
sorry to disturb you. Please
people
do sit down.
grew up in an orphanage? Probably like lots.
Yeah,
You know?
but they don't want to think about the
Right,
unfortunate people.
Isabel, did you know that William and I are going into business together in the Sudan?
No, I didn't know that.
It's quite exciting. What's happening?
But William said he's pulling out of that
Yep.
deal.
Do you think you're doing?
Mrs. Wilson asked me to tell you the builders have arrived. No, they're too late. We can have a tray in the billiard room. You can join us later.
Very good, my lady.
Okay.
Yep.
Should I go and say hello?
No, I don't think so.
William, if you don't find yourself interested, that's what we're intending to do.
Why not? What is wrong with these people?
Your youngest son, with the taste of Margaret.
Parties are supposed to be
and the
fun,
intellect
right?
Of a vicar. Her mother likes you. She does too. Now, I know she's not exactly.
I don't know. I might prefer a tray in the billiard room.
Yeah. I don't think this is for fun. This is social status work.
Yeah.
Just always have the sense that everything about this kind of vibe is designed to make other people envious, more than it's designed to actually be enjoyed by the people doing it.
Right,
You know?
yeah, yeah. It also seems like there's a lot of sort of arbitrary rules that don't have any purpose besides just keeping out anybody who doesn't know them.
Exactly,
You know, like
yeah.
sniffing out a normie.
Mm-hmm. A commoner.
Yeah.
Changing money, especially Africa. I'm your man, expert. That's the expert.
And when are we gonna get to the fireworks factory?
If it's a silver carving knife, he must have it. It's just gone in the wrong drawer.
Missing knife. We're getting there, man.
Oh.
How old would you say that Mr. Stockbridge was?
I don't know, about 31, 32?
And everyone's so bustling about, it's impossible to say who is where when,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
You can tell Mr. Jennings we haven't got that knife.
It's a lot of knives.
Yeah. And in this type of situation, too, it's going to be about trying to remember who wasn't
Pleasant
in a
evening,
certain
my lady.
place at a certain time. We're never going to be able to figure this out before it's revealed to us.
I was looking for my maid.
She's just going downstairs.
She was going to fetch me some chocolate, but now I wonder whether I wouldn't prefer milk.
Would that be hot milk or cold?
You decide.
I couldn't say, my lady.
It's not about the milk, bro.
Do you have trouble sleeping, my lady?
I have a feeling I might have trouble tonight. I'll be wide awake at 1 a.m., bored to sobs.
Oh, really?
Then we must try and...
Is that a proposition?
Amuse you.
It sure was. It sure was.
She's married to Dumbledore?
Yeah. Yeah. It's is sorted.
That's the lady from 4 Weddings and a Funeral who was in love with Hugh Grant, remember?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Will I see you later?
I don't think I should risk it, do you? Good night, sir.
Is there something there, too?
Yeah, I think he's
Henry?
playing the field here.
Mm-hmm.
I must have taken the wrong stairs.
You better not be seen up here.
I'd better go down.
Not allowed to get turned around?
Like, right. No.
No?
These people are very particular.
What about a drink?
Whoa!
Whoa.
What are you doing? No.
Whoa,
You got
no.
so many opportunities, man. Why you...
I kind of liked Ryan Felipe,
Yeah, me
and now
too.
he's
What the hell
assaulting her.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What are you doing here?
I came up the wrong staircase. I was just waiting till the coast was clear.
Well, you better go down again before anyone catches you. Just a minute.
Did he hear what was happening?
I'm sure he... Yeah, could see what was happening.
What?
Nothing.
Is he mad at... Is he mad because
Do you want a drink?
he has a crush on her and thinks that they're now, like... I think he's playing a whole game here.
Ryan Felipe?
It's a well-run house,
Yeah.
you say.
Hmm.
I think
Do you think
he's
Sir William would be good to work for?
No.
putting his fingers in
How long
pies,
you been doing
like,
this?
What?
for reasons.
Okay.
And working for Lord Stockbridge. Is that a promotion?
No.
I think he knows that...
The Earl of Flintshire.
What's your name?
Then why did you move?
This guy kind of have a crush on each other.
But they just met. It's all, I don't know. Yeah,
But
it's hard to track
you can
still.
see their dynamic, though. So, like,
She doesn't. That's why they put me in an orphanage.
you knew he was coming back.
That's right.
Could be.
You know? I don't know, man. I'm trying to find...
Something to grab onto?
development, yeah.
She worked in a factory. She had me. A little while later, she died. End of story.
Then why didn't you say she was a factory worker at dinner?
Because I didn't fancy discussing my private life with a table full of strangers.
Yeah, that's legit.
I'm sorry if I spoke out of turn, mate. Didn't mean to offend you.
I'm not offended. And don't call me mate.
Just don't like the cut of your jib, bro.
Her ladyship says Mr. Weissman's a Hollywood producer. He does the Charlie Chan films.
I like those. I like a bit of a fright in the cinema.
You could go with his valet. He'd give you a fright.
Yeah, he just forced himself on me.
I think he's a queer one. He's not from Scotland for a start. At least not any part of it that I know.
Oh, so he's faking his accent.
Oh.
What you doing down there?
I'm supposed to wash Lady Trenton's shirt for tomorrow.
There's a sink in the ironing room.
So many people, like, inquisitive. Like, why are you... Like, it's like, I'm doing a thing for the person I work for. Isn't
Right,
that
but
what we're all
everybody
here?
needs to know what everyone else is up to at all times.
That's true.
Oh!
Oh, alright.
Who is this? Just stay laser focused on that sink. You don't see anything.
Nope.
Nope. You're
Nope.
washing a shirt.
Yep.
What could possibly be gained by seeing something?
Is someone in there?
Who cares? Here's the poison again.
Yeah. Oh, has someone already been poisoned?
I don't know, is there less in the bottle than there was during the first shot? Is that a different bottle?
I think it is the same one.
What are you doing here?
I'm washing the shirt.
So we don't know who the man was.
Yeah.
Lovely day. Jennings, perfect hold for you now. Enjoy the stuff.
Does someone die on the hunt?
Well, yeah, of course, yeah, they're going shooting, so there's also guns in play.
Yep.
What do you mean you're going shooting?
Mr. Weissman wants me to accompany him. Nothing wrong in that.
What for?
Please forgive our ill manners, Mr. Wiseman.
Yeah. My person asked me to go shooting. I'm gonna go.
We all have something to hide.
Poison! Oh, because it's the silver polish.
Yep. Still. Could be silver polish in the milk. Everything's poison. Is the mystery gonna end up being, why didn't any of these people kill each other?
No. I'm dying to see them all thrust into discomfort, you know? Like, I want to see them not be all high society and actually have to deal with serious situation.
My father, he won't give Freddie a job.
Really, miss? Why do you think I can make a difference? Will you?
Yeah, she's like, you know
I think you should
why.
wear warm underwear today.
When she was like, she's awful, but he's alright. I think they're sleeping together.
Sure, yeah. Lots of clandestine relationships.
Grouse, get it? They're all terrible.
The poor bird is just like, Jesus!
Yeah. Very sportsmanlike. The only fair way to do this is if you give the bird a gun too, and they can fight back.
That's right.
Damn!
Is Grouse even any good?
Oh yeah, the gun's the problem. I haven't. Oh!
God, where the bloody hell did that come from? God, Nick, man. Where did that come from?
And nobody even knows who did that.
Right.
Fine shut.
Well,
asking me who's responsible.
supposed to shoot up.
Send the gun back to the
We all shut up.
Don't look at me. I so much as open my mouth on the subject. Make things worse.
Think that was an attempted murder that didn't play out?
No, I think it's just showing us that somebody could shoot someone else and not even get noticed.
Yeah.
How are you settling in with Lord Stockbridge? Only I know that you haven't been with him for long.
Not long, no.
It's not the answer to the question.
Afraid smoking isn't allowed up here.
Yeah, he doesn't answer questions he doesn't want to.
Alright. There's an ashtray up here, but whatever.
He's like a normal person who accidentally wound up in this setting.
Yeah.
I hope we haven't forgotten anything.
I can't believe you forget much, Mrs. Wilson.
No, not much.
They're having a different conversation in between the words they're saying.
Is the water hot? Not really.
Are you about to climb in the bath with her?
Yeah, what is happening?
Her ladyship says that Sir William loves his shooting.
Yeah, he does. Can't hit a barn door, but he does love it.
Definitely
Sweet, really.
want someone else smoking a cigarette in the bathroom when I'm in the bath.
Last night,
Don't tell anyone.
I think I saw him in the ironing room. He was with one of the kitchen maids.
No, that wouldn't have been him.
I think it was. He came down the passage a minute later, and I don't see how it could
No, it wasn't him.
Okay, never mind. I guess it wasn't him.
between Lady Sylvia and Lady Stockbridge.
Ah.
Well, I asked her ladyship about it, and she said they cut cards for him.
No.
What does that mean? What does
like
that
they
mean?
drew straws.
I heard.
Like randomly
Oh.
chose. Cut cards, mean like, okay, if it's this suit, then you, and if it's
Yeah.
this suit, then me, or something. Red or black, you know.
Do you really have to go back to London?
I'm afraid so, Raymond. When you're ruined, there's so much to do.
So he found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, isn't there? Man.
Dumbledore's the one who's going to get killed.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Lord of the House.
Yep.
Dinner?
Oh, yes, it's out with me.
Who else?
Maggie Smith has reason to. That young man has reason to.
Mr. Weissman,
Yes.
tell us about the film you're going to make.
Oh, sure.
Most of it takes place at a shooting party in a country house, sort of like this one, actually. Murder in the middle of the night, a lot of guests for the weekend, everyone's a suspect, you know, that sort of thing.
Interesting.
And who turns out to have done it?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that. It would spoil it for you.
Oh, but none of us will see it.
God! Okay, well then now I'm definitely not telling you.
Are you interested in films, sir?
Not likely.
You don't know what I'm interested in.
Well, I know you're interested in money and fiddling with your guns, but I
Okay, don't bicker at the table in front of
It's
guests.
not fair, Billy.
No, she didn't! Oh no!
That's an egregious slip up. You just called him by
Look
his
at the
a
daggers.
familiar name.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Escape. Yeah, that's the right move. Just
Run away from here.
Yeah, let that cool
None of these
off
people
a
should
little.
ever see you again.
I don't know if it's quite that serious, but it's definitely... Yeah.
He's
Like, I'm sick of
humiliated.
you guys, yeah, like everyone's been like poking at him this whole time. Throwing him shade. Isn't this his house?
Yeah.
This is his house.
Oh yeah, she really stepped in it.
It's not as if I didn't know.
So we can all play bridge. Or play?
Who's going to play bridge? Are they going to play bridge?
You know how to play bridge?
I have no idea.
You're providing a lot of entertainment for nothing. Morris, I'm used to it. Excuse me.
He's also relatively a normal person.
Yeah, he seems cool.
Sometimes on the rarest
Is it just listening to the music?
Yeah.
hope that plays her tune alone.
Where are you going, buddy? Why don't you want to listen?
He's got things to do.
He's aloof.
Shall I ever be your king or you?
Don't get spotted.
Oh god. I wish I still played piano.
What do you want?
It's a good one.
I never learned.
If I wanted coffee, I'd have run for it.
Damn!
Leave that. Give me some whiskey.
Leave the mess there?
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, it tastes bad. Maybe it's poisoned.
Silver polish in the, or whatever.
Yeah.
Leather polish.
I can give you the star.
Is this gonna be
Unchanging and
the servants kill like a bunch of them?
I really don't know
Seems
what to
like
expect
there's
anymore.
Setups here for
Yeah.
the servants to kill a bunch of them.
I don't think it's that kind of movie.
Not violently though. 4 of them drop dead.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm still just thinking Michael Gambon is the target.
Dorothy, get back to work.
Excuse me, but Dorothy's under my jurisdiction as well, you know. And I say she can listen to a spot of music if she likes.
Conflicting authority.
I mean, why not just be like, yeah, alright.
Is
Yeah,
there
why
anything that
not?
needs doing right now?
Right.
No? Then listen.
Excuse me. Where's the telephone?
It's just over there, sir.
But everyone's distracted secretly listening to the music from different locations,
Yep.
so people don't know where any of the servants are.
This is like, you know, the tiny bits of joy that these people get. Just like, you know, they don't get to play bridge. How often do they get to...
Yeah.
Whatever.
A genuine movie star is here singing for everyone.
Get back to work.
Putting on somebody else's shoes.
Muddy shoes. Okay. You're gonna leave a clear trail. Don't get any on your pants. That's a big giveaway.
And the Duke of Malta's daughter brought out his shaving water.
There's the knife.
I'm wonderful to see.
It's definitely a man.
For my soul, it's true. Look on
Already smashed cup, but we know that that's not evidence.
He's already dead.
Yep, he's already been poisoned.
Look on nowhere as a parvenu, by gad, you can search your family tree, but you'll never find.
But that takes the investigation off of the poisoning if you put a knife in him afterwards.
Was it misdirection?
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Yeah,
think
I've got
those
a
people
call
were
booked for
working together?
California.
I don't
Poisoner
know.
and the...
Something is wrong, but who can tell us what?
Oh, Freddie, Here we go back on you.
Somebody arriving to this late. Okay, Freddy.
If that's what you call a moment, I'd like to see what happens when you take a real break. Yours as well.
So it could be him, could be that other guy, could be
Yep.
Freddy. It's people who were absent.
But it was a woman, right, who went in and offered him tea that he didn't drink.
Yeah, that was Helen Mirren.
Yeah, so.
And then brought him the whiskey that tasted bad.
Right.
But then a man
Offered him
definitely put the
co-
knife in his chest.
What, coffee or tea that he didn't ask for?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's-
Hmm. Everybody go!
Should keep everybody out of this room. Yes, certainly.
Yeah, this is a crime scene now, right? We
Don't
need to
touch
call
anything.
Scotland Yard.
Yeah. Huh. Cool, calm, and collected over there. But also, he seems like he's just kind of like that.
Exactly.
Well, he's dead, huh?
And now the
How about
investigators. They're gonna make sense of it all.
They talk like they're from England.
Is that John Carroll Lynch? No, that's Stephen Fry.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Shall I introduce myself? I'm Inspector
This is
Tom.
my aunt, Lady Trentham.
Oh, yes, the Countess of Trentham. Yes, I served with your husband. On a
My
committee.
brother-in-law, Lord Stockbridge. Lady Stockbridge.
They're not interested in who you are.
Would you like to speak to the servants tonight, Inspector?
Inspector
I
Tom.
think he ought to speak to Probert, my husband's valet. Would you tell him to come up?
Yeah, they do not care
Isabel McCordle, my daughter.
who you are. They actually don't really even seem to care that much.
That you solved
Yeah,
this. Yeah, they
yeah.
just know they're supposed to call you.
Yeah.
Those of you with remaining duties, cease them as quickly as you can. Otherwise, good night, everyone.
No one seems broken up about any of this.
Yes, Mr. Wiseman.
I have a confession to make.
He was speaking in his American accent.
Yeah.
Oh! Yes, well, you see, this is why we have rules and regulations, isn't it? What is it, Dexter?
Well, only that there doesn't seem to be much blood, sir.
Yeah, he was not alive.
She's like, I'm single now.
I don't think that's quite the status change.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, widowed.
Yeah.
Please tell me you haven't come with condolences.
No. I was just wondering if you wanted some gum. I said, I was just wondering if you wanted some gum.
The accent slipped.
Why is he faking it?
Great question.
That Henry Denton, he's an actor. He's playing a butler in the next Charlie Chan. Just wanted to make it authentic.
Oh, okay. So Ryan Felipe is an actor who's studying.
Got it.
I'm Inspector
Oh, I
Tom.
haven't got time for this now. I'm doing the breakfast.
Well, it won't take much time. I mean, perhaps you have a
Yeah,
room.
a man died, so we're gonna do this part, and then you can do the breakfast.
I wonder what Lady Sylvia will do now.
If I were her, I'd set up in London as a glamorous widow with all the gentlemen chasing me for my money.
I wouldn't. I grew up in London.
Is that where the orphanage was?
On the edge, Isleworth. You heard about Mr. Wiseman's valet?
About him?
Turns out he's a fraud. He isn't Scottish at all.
Who is he then?
Do you think he's a murderer?
It's worse than that. He's an actor.
That's funny because they're all actors.
Yeah.
How else do you suggest I talk to you?
Breaking the fourth wall.
Yes.
The bastard's death may have saved my life.
For God's sake, be quiet. What's the matter with you?
Oh, you heard that.
Have you heard? It's two times. That frightful inspector won't let anyone leave. So we're
I know.
treated
Oh,
to another
what a shame.
Wiseman
Look
shouting
at where
down
you
the
are.
telephone.
Trapped like rats.
Will Lady Sylvia be coming down soon?
I shouldn't think so. She has breakfast in her room. Then she usually goes for a ride.
Oh.
You all forgotten? Somebody died.
Lady Trentham, if you would be kind enough to join us for some questions.
I suppose on a day like this, we all have to pull our weight.
I don't think she's kind enough to do anything. I don't think
Yeah,
there's any
right.
kindness in her body.
That's Sir William. Apparently, he wasn't
Yeah,
stabbed
there you
after.
go.
Well, I mean, he was, but that's not why he died.
Doggo's an orphan too.
I don't know why the killer stabbed him as well, but he must have been dead already. That's why there was no blood. Dead bodies don't bleed, you know.
So did Clive Owen stab him and not know he was already dead?
Of course
he wasn't murdered.
Yeah, maybe.
Some ruffian broke it, thinking the library was empty. Sir William surprised him and paid the price for it.
No, clearly
No,
not.
that doesn't make any
Very
sense.
tragic it is, too.
I can't see that, Mr. Jennings. I mean, I don't
It was
think
a
ruffians
drifter.
go about-
What do you suggest?
Not suggesting anything. It's just.
Just what?
Well,
What do you think, man?
Sir William was killed deliberately. That's all.
Yeah.
Whether they're not letting any of us go. Tough luck on whoever's got any secrets to hide.
That would be everyone.
So maybe
I want to kill Sir William.
Michael Gambon getting shot in the ear was somebody trying to kill him who just missed.
Yeah, maybe.
Sir, someone's traipsed a load of mud in down here.
Not now, Dexter, please.
God!
Now back to my hunch.
They got on well as far as I could see.
You were not conscious.
Inspector, there's a broken coffee cup down here.
Dexter, they have people to clear these things up. You get
Oh
up
my
and-
god!
He just doesn't care about the crime scene.
So you were not aware of any trouble over the matter of an allowance? An allowance, I might add, that Sir William's death is now made secure.
What sort of an allowance would that be, sir?
Yeah, you really should be questioning her without her boss there.
Right.
Ah, there you are.
He's just also a bad detective.
I'm sorry that this business with Elsie has landed you with so much work. Well, that's what comes of being so reliable.
Never mind me. Mr. Jennings,
Hard workers are rewarded with more work.
Yep.
spoken to the police again?
Not yet, no.
I suppose they have to ask their questions, don't they? Have to.
Jennings is being very sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd say anything you want me to.
What?
Anything at all. I don't care what I tell them. If it'll help you, you know that, don't you? You've only to ask.
That's interesting. It's an interesting offer.
Yeah.
He seems like... She seems like she, likes him. You know, like
Oh,
they're, like,
yeah,
good.
for
They're,
sure.
Like, yeah.
But did he do it and she knows?
On that occasion. Not now, thank you.
Come on, dude. There's a secret door.
Yeah.
Nonsense about bacteria. You know what women are like. Well, what?
Yeah, this guy.
He's actually investigating over
right.
there.
Mr. Parks.
Robert.
Robert, then. It's just
That's where the knife was hidden, right?
last night we said
Bastard's death may have saved my bacon. What do you think he meant by that?
Isn't it obvious?
Is it?
That he wasn't going to give him a job.
Sir,
What is it?
we haven't dusted those things for fingerprints yet.
Good. Do you think that that shot might have been intended?
Just hanging out in the crime
yeah.
scene.
Well, he nearly took his ear off.
You're bringing everyone in here, one by one.
You won't tell him what I said, will you, Inspector Thomas?
Thompson. It's Inspector Tom. Never mind. Just go and fetch him up, please.
God, you suck, man.
Yeah, I was preparing to like him more than the rest of them, but he seems like he's also
He almost-
snooty and annoying.
He almost poured himself a drink. Oh no.
In case you've forgotten, this is the servants' area, sir. Yours is at the top of the stairs behind that door there, sir.
Barnes, it was just I wanted to explain.
People are so offended that he dared pretend to be one of them.
Yeah, rough.
thanks for being discreet.
But I'm very discreet. In Hollywood, that's what I'm known for. My discretion.
Yeah, she's rejecting you over and over, man.
Give you any money. And Mummy wouldn't
He
pay
probably
5
feels more connected to the servants than the other.
I would think so,
people,
yeah. Actors aren't high status in this time period.
I must say, your guests sleep in much more comfortable beds than your servants.
Yeah, he's like, what do I even talk to these people about now?
Yeah.
Been on the wrong side of this party the whole time.
No coffee, George, but I'll have a...
I do apologize, sir. I can't imagine how that happened. You son of a bitch! You did that on purpose!
Should I fetch your towel, sir?
Yeah, they are all very resentful of him now.
This hot coffee in the
Yeah.
crotch. That's pretty. It's pretty bad.
Make you sue McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
I was just asking the constable how long our guests will be staying, and Mrs. Croft has all the meals to arrange.
I'm not interested in the servants. Only people with a real connection with the dead man.
What is this dude's such an idiot? How do you?
How is he going to solve
failed
this?
up. He must have just failed up. You know.
Constable Dexter will be here tomorrow morning to confirm that.
I wonder how many
Don't you worry.
Doesn't end here.
crimes were actually like solved in this time period. What do they have? Dusting for fingerprints.
And their hunch.
Yeah, right.
Inspector.
Always looking for a motive without like a solid motive. That's it, you know.
Sir,
The money shoe prints. He doesn't care about that.
What did he used to say? Carpe diem, seize the day.
That's a good attitude after you just got fired from your high status job.
Yep.
What did I say? Where are you going?
He's gonna go seize the day.
Yep. Be frustrating to have inspired somebody to take action and not know why.
Yeah.
Why? What? What did I do? What did I say?
You'd better go back to your room. You don't want to get caught in there.
You didn't really dislike him, did you? At least not enough to kill him. You'd have to hate him, and why would you?
Can't a man hate his own father?
I was gonna guess that.
Oh!
They mentioned like Isleworth or wherever he's from, and also that he had.
So William McCord.
Yeah.
Very good.
Was my father.
I didn't actually say it beforehand, but I did have that thought.
I believe you.
You said you were an orphan.
Yeah,
I said I grew up in an orphanage.
That's right. That's a different. Yeah.
I was 2 days old. Guess who brought me to the door?
Robert, that doesn't mean that
Yes, it does.
It's kind of all you can get.
What happened to your mother?
She died.
Yeah, I could see being resentful about all this.
Is that why you took the job with Lord Stockbridge? To get to Sir William? To poison him?
Oh no, I stabbed him.
I didn't poison him.
But then you didn't kill him. Did you stab him?
I know, it's very frustrating. I really wanted to.
You did. No one could stab a corpse and not know it.
Really? When was the last time you stabbed a corpse?
You better be careful that he's like telling you all this stuff and you're alone in a room with him.
Yeah.
Is he gonna strangle you?
You gotta at least act cool with this.
I don't care.
He's at peace now.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
Well, that's good.
The hot silent type who's had like a months-long ruse to get close to his father who like abandoned him in an orphanage and stab him.
Yeah.
In his office. That's hot, man. She's like, this is...
I guess so.
You're not real.
It helps that he's Clive Owen.
It sure does. It sure does.
Why does everyone treat me as if I were one of these stupid snobs? I spent half the week downstairs with all of you.
You can't be on both teams at once, sir.
Oh, come on.
Is that a reference to him being bisexual too?
Thank God for
Oh,
that.
interesting. No, yeah,
I've been flirting with men and women.
Yep.
What about the poison? Have you traced that at least?
Hardly. This house is a poisonous paradise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We found the stuff in practically every...
Is toxicology even a thing at this time?
Perhaps the butler did it.
That's
not very nice. Are you
very
supposed to-
accusatory.
Yeah. Also, like, he could use any poison in the house. Why would he?
Use one from his own room, right? Yeah.
Did they know upstairs you refused to fight and were sent to prison?
Hmm.
Not everyone's cut out to be a soldier.
I would probably take prison over the trenches.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
World War I was a nightmare.
Where are you going?
The station.
Oh, you want to ride to London?
Sure, why not?
She looks real nice when she's not dressed in servant garb.
Right.
Have you decided what you're going to do about this place?
Oh, I don't know. Does one really want the bother nowadays?
You don't do anything.
But you have to command all your servants to take care of it. That's exhausting.
Why are those two such enemies?
I don't know. Something to do with when they were both workers in one of William's sweatshops. Mrs. Croft was the senior then, she was the cook. And Mrs. Wilson, a lowly factory worker. When she was working with William, she was called something quite different. Parks or Parker or Parkinson.
Clive Owen's mother.
Yep.
Come in.
So she did poison him. So does she know, and does Clive Owen know?
Yeah, I don't know. We're about to find out.
Why did you do it?
This is the part where you go, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Was it the name, or did you see the photograph in his room?
Ah, yes, the photograph. I remember his mother putting it into his blanket. I suppose she wanted him to have something of hers. Does he know what happened to her?
They said she died just after he was born.
Well, she didn't die. She gave him away.
Oh.
All the time he was dumping them, his own children, in some godforsaken place.
She's just admitting it, you know?
Yep.
I suppose it was easier that way. My sister certainly never forgave me for it.
Your sister?
Yes, Mrs. Croft. She's my sister, didn't you know? She kept hers, you see. It was very hard for her. She lost her job, and then the baby died anyway.
Oh, man.
Scarlet fever.
Oh, man.
How did you know that he meant to harm his father?
What gift do you think a good servant has that separates them from the others? It's the gift of anticipation.
Ooh, that's interesting.
You know what people need before they ask.
They can never touch him. That's what's important, his life.
And your life?
So she's protecting him at the expense of...
Did you hear me? I'm the perfect servant. I have no life.
Well, so she anticipated him going in to kill him.
And did it first.
poisoned him
Thank you,
first, yeah.
George.
Luckily, the investigators are idiots.
Mm-hmm. And even if they found out, like, who Clive Owen actually, like, was, and, you know, their connection and stuff, it would be easy for him to just be like, I didn't know that. I was just at this party.
Yeah.
You don't say. My dad? Well, not anymore.
Gotta go in private to have emotions.
I've lost him. He'll never know me now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine having to give away your child.
At least your boy's alive. He's alive.
He's looking good, too. All things considered.
Each sister envying the other's
Yeah.
situation.
Do you think if there's a trial, I might have to testify in court? Or you? I can't think of anything worse.
You can't?
Yeah. You ever worked in a coal mine?
What purpose could it possibly serve anyway?
I feel like their rapport has improved
Yeah.
over the course of this situation.
She realized from how much she hates all these other people that she
Yeah.
kind of likes her servant.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was Gosford Park. I have a hard time with that aesthetic of movie, you know, like set in the fancy pants world kind of socialite stuff. I don't know.
Well, it's obviously a movie made for, like, regular audiences, you know, like, we're supposed to hate all these people.
Yeah, yeah.
But they didn't, I felt like they just kind of didn't kick things into gear fast enough. There was, like, too much tangling of the strings, and then at the end, there wasn't, I mean, maybe if we rewatched it, we'd get the clues and be like, okay, we could have pieced this together, but I feel like there was kind of not, I mean, you pieced part of it together, I guess.
And we saw it right when it happened. Like when he took the sip of the whiskey and made a face, you were like, oh, the
Yeah,
silver
he's
pulp, you
dead,
know?
yeah.
So like we saw Helen Mirren do it and guessed at that time that was it. So then I was thinking that must be too obvious, but I don't know, I
Right.
mean...
There was
yeah.
a lot of movie, too, before he actually died, and it was like, it's like, I don't... Like, it was kind of interesting, like, to see all of their, like, interactions, because they just are so awful, and it just... The aesthetic of, like, it must just be so emotionally, mentally exhausting to, like, be in this status with all these other people.
Stifling, yeah.
Like, everyone is constantly trying to step on each other's hands to, like, climb to the top of the social, like, ladder, but it's also, like, well, you're already kind of at the top anyway.
Yeah, even the servants who are, you know, just working constantly and get looked down on by the aristocrats themselves still are like in a pretty good situation. You know? They've got a pretty nice house to live in and all that. So
and
yeah,
their hierarchy is based on who they serve too. Because it's like, oh, depending, your spot at the table is based on your rank of the person you're serving. Which is very. Man,
right.
Just how exhausting.
I mean, yeah, because it was part murder mystery, but I also feel like a big chunk of the movie's kind of essence and purpose was to just kind of give you a slice of this sort of thing, be like, here's a peek into aristocrat world. And
I hate it. Don't get me anywhere near the. See, every time I see like situations like this, I'm like, it'd be kind of fun to like just go like hang out and eat good food and drink really like expensive booze and go hunting like in a situation that's like really just have all your needs like taken care of. But like these people just suck so bad, I would need to like leave for hours at a time just to handle it.
Yeah.
And like like you kind of said, it seemed like it was like something they were doing because they all felt obligated, like some sort of obligation because of their lifestyle to go to this hunting party at this guy's house, and none of them really wanted to be there at all.
Right. It's a the emperor has no clothes situation. It's like none of us want it to be this stuffy, but everybody thinks that everybody else wants it to be that way, so they all. Yeah, I don't know. It's. And I feel like I'm not astute enough to follow movies set in this kind of place where everyone's like the things they're saying are covering up what they're really trying to say. Like you really have to zone in on what people are talking about because the surface of what they say is not the real meaning, and I have a hard time tracking that kind of thing. So I just felt like it took a long time in this movie for me to even have anything to grab onto of like, what are we talking about? What are we doing here?
Yeah, and like it feels like the reason for that is because the way you hold on to power is like manipulating people and like so that they're always talking past each other. Like you say, they're never saying exactly what they mean. And the characters that we seem to like the most was the actor, who was just there, almost like the guy who was faking it the least.
Right. Well, and then the murderer as well. Clive Owen was the one and we could tell that he was out of step with the rest of them for so long. So then again, it almost feels too obvious from a story standpoint that he turns out to be the killer, because it's kind of seems like he's who you would guess.
I was thinking there's no way it's going to be Clive Owens because it's like, it's like too obvious.
Right.
But,
yeah,
but like, what was the movie about though? Because like, if it was all a setup for the murder mystery, that kind of got revealed really quickly. Like,
well, because it happened so late.
It happened super late.
Then they didn't even misdirect us at like the wrong killer or anything like that.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like all of the normal staples of a murder mystery, like this, where it's a bunch of people in a house who all have different reasons to hate each other or whodunit story.
Right, and then Act 1, the murder happens, and then you have everybody. Act 2, you're figuring out the murderer and you come to the wrong conclusion, and then Act 3, some twist is thrown in that gives you the real murderer. But that's not the structure of this at all.
Police finally arrive and people wipe their brows and go, shoo!
Right,
Then the police end up dead somehow, too. You're like, keep throwing wrenches in the gears until we, like, get somehow to the end result and it becomes obvious. But it seemed like it was...
There were too many characters for how it wound up being.
I don't remember anybody's name.
Yeah, we were referring to them by their actors' names the entire time.
Remember Mrs. Nesbit.
Right, and Jennings was the butler.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, definitely, I mean... Yeah, like the Ivor, the Hollywood actor, and Bob Balaban's character, they were there to get Ryan Felipe there, I guess, but he also didn't ultimately... factor into that. That's what I would mean, that there was more going on to this than just a murder mystery tale. It was also just like an aristocracy slice of life kind of thing, like a high class sort of Downton Abbey kind of feel. That's not a show I've seen, but Maggie Smith is also on that show.
Yeah.
They
were all just like horny and evil. That's sort of the vibe I got. I was like, I don't like any of these people, and they all just seem like super thirsty about it. I don't know why. Like they're all like ready to cheat on each other at a moment's notice. It seems like they're all just like trying to figure out like how they can like use like sex to increase their or like move their status around in some like capacity or something, and like use each other, manipulate each other.
And that seems like it's a way that things go in these settings, and it's just, but then you have something like Emily Watson slipping up and revealing her affair with with William like in front of everybody,
Right.
and she seemed like a character who was definitely more with it than that. That's like not a mistake she would have made. I don't
Right.
understand what caused her to slip up in that moment.
And just the whole, like, I don't know, the pearl clutching about that. And I was like, you're all doing it though, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the wife said, even when they were going over to play bridge, she was like, it's not like I didn't know, you know? So it's something that everybody knew, but it's extremely transgressive to say it in front of everyone, because now we all know that we all know. And everybody, you know, that's the problem, is letting everyone else know this is not a secret.
Which is sort of like we all hate this guy, and we all know that we hate this guy, but here we are at his party and we all have to pretend we like him, even though he knows we all hate him. You know, it's like,
yeah,
it's like everyone's just like... It's
very tangled.
Yeah. Sounds, just, again, kind of exhausting. For a life that's supposed to be made so easy due to its just, like, opulence, I guess.
Yeah.
It just seems like it just kind of sucks.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to
this-
think so hard about what fork I'm using all the time.
Right, it's a station that everyone aspires to, but then once you're actually there and living in that, it's not enjoyable. You know, that's what I was saying. Its purpose is to inspire envy in others, not to be enjoyed by the participants. Interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting one. I'll be mulling that over for a bit. Thanks for suggesting that movie for us, Wustelbear 82. And thanks for watching with us, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Ketchup Packets.